White City Chronicles. I'm your host, Gary Allen, and I want to give a big shout out. Thank you for the new viewers of this Old White City YouTube page. I thank you so much for viewing and giving me nice comments. I love the history of Zanesville, Ohio. Means a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this video that we're getting ready to show. It is a video that was actually filmed, I think, in 2016. I was much younger. You will see me as a younger man. I think I was 61 years old. I am much older now. I may not look it, but I am an old man. I feel it in my bones, but I love doing this history for y'all. I just can't thank you enough for the great comments. I hope you will subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends if they like old history of a rural area like ours. Most people don't realize that Zanesville, Ohio is the second capital of Ohio. Maybe only for 2 years, but we got it. And so a lot of things to keep in mind. This video here that I'm doing, you have seen that I show a lot of interest in maps. And this video is a fairly long video, but I think you'll enjoy it because this project I called the Zane Town map project. And for your information, before Zanesville was called Zanesville, it was called Zane Town. So this is the building of a Dollarama model of Zanesville. The picture I will put up here. I show and tell you the history behind this, and I make this out of styrofoam and plaster of Paris. It took me about 6 months because I was doing other projects in between, but this project is finished. You can see, if you're in the Zanesville area during the June time period when we have the Zane Trace commemoration, it is now part of the commemoration because I donated it to them for the commemoration and for any other activity they want to use it for. So I'll quit my yakking. Videos long enough, but thanks for watching and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Hi, this is Gary Allen. I'm going to go, before I get started on my map project at Zane Town, what Zanesville looked like before the building of the town. I thought I'd go over some of the land formations. Yesterday I talked about lots of creeks and ponds and hills and such. This was not a flat piece of ground like you see in Zanesville as it is today. The old guys had to do a lot of reshaping and carving of the town land masses. And it said that over here that this is what they called Duck Island. It was an island that is at the mouth of the Licking River. It was actually where the pier for the wide bridge was actually mounted on that pier or on the island. And over in this area here is where a big rock formation is. And you can see that rock right now, what's left of it, and talk about Black Mass, who was he was the black servant for John McIntyre, who McIntyre freed. He was a slave, and he used to play his fiddle on this big rock formation that sits right about in this area here, and it hung over into the river. This was a grove of trees that is over by where John McIntyre's house was, and this was a representation of John McIntyre's house. This is a creek that goes up where this North Street is Shinnick, for any of you that don't know what
North Street is, that was renamed to Shinnick. And so this is the area where the big hill was,
And that is located somewhere where the parking lot of the old Big Bear
and where the new Board of Education building is, which would be right in this area here.
where the great big pond was. It was deep enough for kids to swim in back in the day.
This would be exactly where the YWCA is right now. Central Presbyterian Church would be right across the street. And that pond and waterway went all the way down to the river. And
I would imagine, you know, a few years ago they tried to put that pipeline in and they had lots of problems with sinkholes.
that would have probably been part of the problem.
The old fellows talked about 3 sets of dams.
There was originally a set of dams that was somewhere across here.
That's what we get, where we get the word or the phrase upper pool.
The lower pool is in between that section, and there was a third little dam. There was a second dam somewhere around the 3rd Street Bridge, which would be about right here, and then and another one somewhere around here,
Which wouldn't have been very big.
but because of the way the river is dammed now, we don't see any of that formation. This over here is called the Big Ditch.
It was deep enough that when you read the text, a good book for you to look up at the John McIntyre book library is Thomas E. Lewis. He's the fellow that I used his texts for the 1913 flood. He's also made a 3-volume historical accounting of Muskingum County, which is very, very good to read. You can check out Jeff Carskatten's books, Where the Indians Frolic. It talks a lot about what I'm dealing with right now in the landmass here. So I'm about ready to start on the map. I thought I'd go over a little bit of the areas so you get to see what Zanesville looked like back before I get started on before I get started on this map project. So this is the first segment, and next time we see me, we'll be cutting in the river.
we're going to cut the river into the styrofoam, which there's the styrofoam right there.
And we're going to get started on this project.
So thanks for viewing.
Hi, this is Gary Allen, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the update on the new Zane Town map that I'm doing. This is a project I've been wanting to do for 3 or 4 years, and I'm just having a ball with it. It's really coming together. I've got my foam on the board, and it's all mounted down. These are straps that help hold this all in place. This will all be covered up, but I have the Muskingum River all cut in place. This is the upper pool of the Muskingum. This is Little Licking River, and this is Chaps Run, and the lower part of the level of the Muskingum, and the first falls, and a little bit of the second falls, and the third falls. I started cutting in the cricks. These cricks, I'll show you what they look like. I just cut these in and just did these a few minutes ago, but this is the little pond, and this is the first crick, what it's going to look, similar to what it's going to look like. Everything's in the rough stage, and in the next few weeks you're just going to be amazed at what happens here on this map. Things are really moving fast, and it's a lot of fun to work with. I think I've gone through about 2 pounds of plaster of Paris right at the moment, but it's really moving fast, and it's really a joy to work on. Using this as the original map as my template, and I'm cutting things in. So I've got the first few 2 cricks in. I've got to cut this third crick in, which ran down here by 3rd Street. That's going to be coming in around here, so I've got to do that next. That'll be my next project to do. So I thought I'd give you an update. I'll see you the next time. Hi, this is Gary Allen.
and this is the White City map project. I apologize, I haven't been viewing the map project, the process of it for a couple months. We remodeled our kitchen and took all my time and effort to do that. Started that project in October, so it's been a couple of months since I've been able to really do too much work on the map project. But I have done a few things since I posted my last post. The last time you saw the map, I was doing airbrushing. You can catch up on some of the last blogs I did, the videos. I was doing airbrushing, and I was pretty well to the point where I was almost done. And I'll get out of the camera here and show you the map layout right now, what it looks like. Like I say, I had it pretty well done, but things, with the period of time that I took off to do my kitchen project, I talked to a few people, and I'll do a close-up here. I had it pretty well painted, airbrushed all through these white areas, and a couple people that I had showed the map to thought that certain items in the map were not correct, and I reviewed some old photos and pictures and drawings that I have, and I came to the same conclusion. Sometimes you're too close to your project, and I feel that's probably what happened with this. So I took and I cut some of the McIntyre, or the over by Doug Road and Putnam Hill. I cut that down, reshaped it. I've actually reshaped this over here twice. I did this twice. Last night I was trying to do some work on it, and I did some other things. I still don't like it, and then I happened to look up at one of my walls in my TV room, and I'll show you what I came up with, and it's a very good reference, so this is what I'm going to do. I'll zoom in on this. This is the old map of Zanesville, and it's 18 something. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to cut these hills into that format as much as I can. It's still got to have the inner city part is still going to be like I have it, but the hills and the dales, that's what I'm going to try to shoot for. So here in just a few minutes, I wanted to do this posting, but here in a few minutes I'm going to be, zoom out again, I'm going to get the old grinder out, and I'm going to hand grind with my grinder. I've got these built up like I want them. I'm going to cut some valleys up here where St. Nick Church is, and I'm going to reshape some of this. And so hopefully in a little while, maybe tomorrow, when the dust settles, we'll be able to do a different posting. But I just want to kind of give you an update of what's going on. I still am working on the map. I really, really want to get it done by at least by Christmas, or by New Year's if possible. I've already got a lot of the scenery stuff has already been purchased and stuff. I've got the green grasses and dirt, and I've picked up some trees, some of the trees that's going to be used. So there's lots of stuff that's all ready to go. I just need to get on the stick and get the map project to the point where I can really get going on it. So without further ado, we're going to end this segment of it, and hopefully by Tuesday we'll be able to start doing some more airbrushing on it and get really ready to do the finishing work on it. So that's it for right now. Thank you. Good morning. This is Gary Allen, and This is another segment of the wonderful Zanesville, Zane Town map. I'm taking you on the journey of, a little blog journey of how I'm building the model. And I tried to do a segment there the other day when I was working on this here, and I ran out of space on my camera, so you guys didn't get to see what I was doing. But what I did was did some paper mache type of application over here to fill in this higher side of over here where Luck Avenue and Blue and McIntyre area is, and I need to finish that. And so what we're going to do is I've got strips of paper that I've cut up and little strips, and what we do is we just stick them in this batter of plaster of Paris, and we're going to make a new skin. This will be, kind of work fast. It's coming out really nice. So you'll be in our new contour of what the area looks like. And then I can work off of this. This is gives me a good working surface. Rough stuff that you see on the map here now is just filler. This one application we're doing today is the very important one. It's the one that's going to be what we work with, and so I've got to try to smooth it out, make it come out as good as possible. But I got to work fast because this plaster of Paris wants to, it will dry fast, and so I've got to work fast and be able to talk to you also and see it. As soon as the paper gets wet, it wants to tear. The other day you saw me working on the plaster of Paris, or on the mold with the coal, if you've been following the blogs. And as soon as I get finished with this here real quick, I'll show you what we accomplished here. Real happy with the turnout of that latex model piece that I did. This is so much fun to do, and I think you're going to be surprised when it all comes out, what it looks like. We don't care whether or not the newspaper print is showing. It's all going to be covered up with the paint. It'll be painted. I'll tear some of these off and do a few little smaller segments here because we're getting into a narrow section of the river bend. And so much fun to work. Some of you Facebookers that you can go to and see what I did here a while back. I was working on, you can go and search bar up there and check out what I did last year. I started this other project. I'll talk to you about that while I'm doing this. And I was calling it Zanesville 19, or Zane, I forget what I called it. But there's a Zanesville map project, another map project on there. If you like what you're seeing here, go click onto that. That's a project I really would like to find some supporters with. I need supporters on that project because what I'm would like to try to do, I'll talk to you while I'm doing this. One of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing with these models and stuff, we've lost so much of Zanesville, and we'll never get it back. And I can talk openly to you people because you understand. Our town is gone, and this is a way to show your children, your grandchildren, what a great town we had. We still got a good town, but it's not the town that, it's not anything like what we used to have. And kids aren't never going to know what we had to grow up with. And so I just feel it's very important that we try to have something to show our kids, because right now Zanesville downtown is just nothing but a parking lot. We just received a new parking lot here a couple of weeks ago, so you know, you can't fight City Hall, so you might as well just go with it. Downtown's going to be what downtown is, and you know, that's so be it. But enough of that. Here's my coal mold. This was I used this piece of coal here the other day. You saw me paint this on there. I peeled this latex form off, and today I'm going to reveal this. So I'm going to pull this off, and now we have this is the exact duplicate of what this coal face is, and this will be, I'll break some of these little segments off, and I'll be able to make little, I'll be able to add some of these fragments and stuff into the mold any place where there was a, like around Doug Road, and those kind of areas. So you'll be seeing me use these pieces. So I thought I'd share that with you. This is what the latex mold is. I'll clean it. You just clean these up, put plaster Paris in, and you can make all these molds. So there's your segment for today, and hope to see you next time. Thanks. Hi, this is Gary Allen, and I'm doing the Zane Town map. This model of Zanesville, what it looked like prior to the to what Zanesville looked like back when pioneers first came in, and before time in the early 1700s. This is a drawing of what I've been working off of, and the story. You can go to a couple of the other segments of this, and you can read about what the town looked like, and trying the best of my ability to come up with a model, so it gives kind of idea of what Zanesville would have looked like before the wide bridge and all downtown area was built in this part of the into the map. And thought I'd take this few minutes and show you some of my little tricks that I do with making the model. And give me just a second here, and I'll refocus the map, camera on the map, so you can see what I'm doing. And I'll get a close up here. I'm gonna use little miniature trees. I got little miniature trees that I buy, and these are pre-made ones. And this little guy, he just fell, so I'm gonna reattach him. So I'll give you a good chance to see how I do this. I'm just using a caulking glue adhesive that I found here not too long ago when I was doing the kitchen project, and it's really been a good product, and works real good with this stuff. And so sorry there, a little too much there. Wasn't expecting that to happen, but anyway. I just glue it in there, and it's white. This glue will turn invisible, so that's one reason I like it. But I'm trying to put, I have different types of grasses and plants. I even got one with some little yellow flowers, supposedly little yellow flowers. I've got some cattails. And cattails I've used in a couple of spots in the low areas. This is, over in this part of the map, is going to have lots of cattails. That was a little swampy area. kind of stuff I'm doing. I've got little trees and things. So what I usually do is I'm getting ready to put some grass up in here. So I'm take a little bit of this mixture of glue, and I take a wet paintbrush, and this time I'm just going to spread my glue out, and I'm not sure what kind of grass I'm going to put in here. I think I'm just going to put this in, and I'm just going to sprinkle this in. And I don't really care if it clumps or anything, because clumping is going to give me the kind of appearance of bushes. We don't have no pictures of what the site looks like, so I got to just use my imagination, and which I have a vivid imagination, and and once I get it where I kind of like it, then I just use regular red, white rain hairspray, and I will spray it down with that. What that does is just kind of keep the grass stuff that I just put down so it doesn't move around. But that's basically what I'm doing, and I'll get the camera here, and I want to show you what I've been working on tonight. Give you a headache. And this is the little scene I worked on. This is B or Lee Street. This is the Licking River, Muskingum. So this will be right where the railroad tracks is, the trestle, and I tried to duplicate the waterfalls as best I can from what I've been reading over the past few weeks and months. So this is kind of my interpretation. This is a McIntyre Hill, so that gives you a little idea of how we do the modeling. So I hope you enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm hoping to get this thing finished, and I'll probably do a lot New Year's Day, and New Year's Day I'll probably put a whole bunch of pictures on Facebook, still photos, so you can see what the segment looks like. So thank you for your time. Hi, this is Gary Allen, and I thought I'd give you the finishing tour of what the Zane Town map is. I'm going to just do a lot of panning across the map. What you're looking at now is over towards the McIntyre side. You can see the Licking and the Muskingum. Try to zoom in a little bit. So there's a little bit of the waterfalls. It's a little white, so you can't see it very well. And I finished this last night. Somebody put on Facebook that I must really spend a lot of time thinking about the details. Nope, wrong. It just happens as it happens. You place a tree, you work off of whatever you place. And what you're looking at now is this little forest here. That's up around the post office area. And this would be up around St. Nick area. Notice I got a moose or something in there. That's a little swamp that would be around 7th Street. 7th, 8th, 9th, bottom of the St. Nick Hill. just going to rotate around so you can see. This is the hillside over on Doug Road. Probably should be a little bit more vegetation over there. I'll probably will add some more things in it, but it's pretty much going to be completed for right at the moment. Show you a different angle of the whole map. Now this will be encased in a, it's going to be encased in a plexiglass dome, and I'll save some of the other goodies for you when this is going to be unveiled. Working with the library, and that's where this is going to be shown at. So you'll have to stay tuned for the details of the unveiling. But I thought I'd give you a chance to see what I've done in pretty much the completed state. So I really appreciate all your input that you've given me. So that's that. Thanks.